They say the stretch of highway near Ravenwood is cursed. For decades, people have reported seeing a lone hitchhiker on cold, foggy nights. A young woman dressed all in white, standing by the roadside, thumb out, waiting for a ride. What no one talks about is what happens after you pick her up. I never believed the stories. Until last October. It was late at night. I was driving home from a friend's place, the fog thick and heavy, making the streetlights look like blurry halos in the mist. I was about to turn off onto the highway near Ravenwood when I saw her. A figure in white, standing perfectly still, her thumb out. I slowed down and stopped, rolling down the window. She climbed in without a word, her eyes fixed straight ahead. The car felt colder suddenly. I tried to make conversation, but she just stared ahead, silent, like she was somewhere else entirely. We drove in silence for several minutes. Then I glanced over to ask where she wanted to go. She was gone. The passenger seat was empty. I slammed on the brakes, pulling over to the side. My heart pounded. I looked around, just fog, trees, and the empty road stretching behind me. No sign of where she had gone. I waited there for what felt like forever, but she never came back. I was shaking when I finally decided to drive on. The next day, I asked around. Old-timers told me the story, how years ago a young woman had died in a car crash on that very road. She'd been hitchhiking home after a party. People say her ghost still tries to get home, appearing to drivers late at night, only to vanish without a trace. Some say if you pick her up and don't help her find peace, she follows you, haunting your dreams and even your waking hours. Since that night, I've had nightmares, shadows moving just out of sight, whispers calling my name in the fog. I don't know what I picked up that night. But one thing's for sure. Some legends aren't just stories. And sometimes the dead don't stay dead. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into another chilling tale from our subscribers. So let's get into it. Our story starts with a bone-chilling scene. Imagine this. You're driving down a lonely highway shrouded in thick fog. The streetlights are barely piercing the gloom and you're completely alone. Suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you see a lone figure standing by the roadside, thumbing a hitchhiker's lift. As you approach, the fog swirls around you, creating an eerie atmosphere that sends shivers down your spine. But something about this hitchhiker seems out of place, like a misplaced piece in a forgotten dream. But then you notice her attire. She's dressed all in white, which stands out sharply against the dark backdrop of the night. And as she steps closer, you can't shake off the feeling that something isn't quite right. You come to a stop beside her and roll down your window. The air grows colder instantly, as if the very temperature of the night has changed. She opens the door, and without a word, without so much as a glance at you, she slides into the passenger seat. You're stunned into silence, caught off guard by her eerie demeanor. You feel a sudden urge to turn back, to escape the unnatural chill that seems to emanate from her, but you don't. Instead, you keep driving forward into the fog, deeper into the mystery. Now, here's the question. Would you continue driving? Would you turn back or call the police? Let us know your choices in the comments below. As you continue your journey into the unknown, you try to break the silence, to make conversation, anything to dispel the growing sense of unease that's settling over you like a shroud. But your efforts are met with an unsettling silence. She remains motionless, her eyes staring straight ahead, lost in some distant fog bank. Her silence is deafening, amplifying the ticking of the clock, the hum of the engine, and your own heartbeat. Then, just as suddenly as she entered the car, she disappears. You slam on the brakes, jolted by the sudden absence. You turn around to find the passenger seat empty, devoid of any trace of the hitchhiker. Your heart races as you scan the empty road behind you, searching for any sign of her, but there is nothing. It's as if she were never there at all. This moment of realization triggers a wave of fear, a primal terror that grips you as you understand the gravity of the situation. The fog, the ghostly hitchhiker, and the unnerving silence have all coalesced into a terrifying whole, leaving you questioning the very nature of reality. Now, what do you do? Do you call the authorities or do you keep driving? Tell us about your choice in the comments below. As the story unfolds, our protagonist is shaken to his core. The encounter with the hitchhiker has left an indelible mark, a wound that refuses to heal. The rational part of him wants to dismiss it as a figment of his imagination, a trick of the light and the fog. Yet the chilling details, the spectral hitchhiker, and the inexplicable disappearance gnaw at his sanity. Sleep becomes a distant memory as he finds himself trapped in a cycle of paranoia and dread. Every rustle of leaves, every creak of the house, every shadow that stretches long in the fading light sends him into a frenzy of fear. He finds himself constantly glancing over his shoulder, half expecting to see the ghostly apparition standing there. The fog has lifted from the outside world, but a thicker fog of fear and uncertainty has descended within him. Days turn into nights, yet his torment shows no signs of abating. The hitchhiker's ethereal presence lingers in his thoughts, haunting his every waking moment. He's become a prisoner in his own home, unable to step outside without being consumed by anxiety. His friends and family, sensing his distress, try to lend a helping hand. They offer words of comfort, trying to soothe his frayed nerves, but their efforts seem to fall on deaf ears. He's trapped in a labyrinth of his own making, unable to find the exit. As the story reaches its climax, our protagonist is pushed to the brink. The line between reality and nightmare blurs, and the only thing that becomes clear is that he's not dealing with a mere hitchhiker ghost. This is a story of relentless pursuit, a chilling tale of a spirit that won't be denied. Now, here's the question. Have you ever encountered a ghost or something supernatural? Share your experiences in the comments below. Maybe you've seen a ghost, or perhaps you've witnessed something that defies explanation. Your stories might just be the next big thing on our channel. In a final twist of the narrative, our protagonist realizes that he's not merely a victim of circumstance. He's become entangled in a cosmic game of cat and mouse, a chase that transcends the boundaries of life and death. The hitchhiker's ghost, with its ethereal beauty and haunting stare, has become a symbol of his own mortality, a constant reminder of the fragility of human existence. He finds himself racing against time, desperately trying to outrun the specter that haunts him. But the more he struggles, the deeper he sinks into the mire of despair. The ghost is always there, just beyond his sight, a phantom limb of his soul, forever aching, forever lost. As the story reaches its haunting conclusion, he understands that the road he's traveling is not merely a highway, but a path to the unknown, a journey into the abyss of the afterlife. The fog that once shrouded the road now obscures his vision, clouding his judgment, blinding him to the truth. He's being led to a reckoning, a confrontation with the ultimate reality of life, death, and the blurred lines that separate them. Now, here's the question. What do you think? What's the scariest thing you've ever experienced on the road? Share your stories in the comments below. And remember, if you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-tingling stories. Until next time, drive safe and watch for hitchhikers, especially those in the mist.